take things in stride.
Okay, something creepy. Move in, move in.
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you.
Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome to my Last of Us themed Animal Crossing island, which we are now taking a tour with the architect, my lovely wife Dee, who has spent inordinate amount of time putting this all together. So you're going to tell us quickly how many hours this cost and how many bells.
As you know, when I did your Resident Evil island, it took me weeks and weeks and 12 million bells, but that was pretty much because I was starting the island from scratch. This time it took me about 3 weeks, so not so bad, and I only spent about 4 million bells.
Bargain. You may have seen a video on this channel previously where we explore the island when it's themed like Resident Evil. If you haven't seen that and want to check it out, there will be a link in the video, so make sure you do, because it's something to behold. But today we are going to wander around and see all the sights there are to see from The Last of Us, some from the games, some from the shows, and just kind of explore and see what's on offer. So you want to take it away, tour guide?
Welcome to the Last of Us island. Obviously it's heavily fortified, as it would be, and we're going to take you through to the cityscape. Now this was based kind of on the Kansas City, Boston, Detroit type thing from the games. I just wanted to make it look urban and completely dilapidated. So everywhere I could, like with the light lamps, they're called street lamps, and the manhole covers and stuff, and even the corrugated iron that I managed to make from a custom design that I found, and I can't remember whose it was, but thank you. I tried to get them looking rusty, so we get the feeling that it's been cobbled together, but cobbled together in a hurry and lasted quite a while. So here we have my reimagining of the Fedra buildings. So Fedra, as you would expect, is heavily fortified again. There is a zebra crossing, because safety first when you're crossing the road. It's even in these days, because as you can also see, there is an awful lot of traffic. So, because it would seem that that's the thing that surprised me about the series, was the amount of traffic there was. There was an awful lot of vehicles going around. So steamroller, so we can steamroller over those pesky clickers. So what I did with the Fedra building, you can't really do a lot inside because of the way resident services works on The Last of Us, but you can make it look like fortified. So I use medieval building sides and tower walls and towers to make that look good. Obviously they would need to have some strong like telecommunications. So we go past the jail that I built for Firefly dissidents that Fedra would put them in. We go past the floodlights so they can always keep an eye, and the tower. Now I'm not sure what the tower is, I'll be honest, but it looked good with surrounded by corrugated iron. It fit with the theme, especially when I put the spotlights on it. At night
it does very much look like a quarantine zone. It's
yeah, that's what the words I was looking for. So yeah, so for the telecommunications part, obviously they would need a very big antenna. So that's the very big antenna. So right there, everything's surrounded by corrugated iron. The paving, because they wouldn't have had your normal council budgeting for paving, apart from the road right outside the Fedra building in the QZ, is all cracked and broken. What I did here with the shop is I got nooks cranny and I surrounded it with medieval building sites and stuff that would go in a shop. Like there would be crates, there would be boxes, there would be strange things, but also what there would be is mushrooms and dead bodies. and glowing stuff that we're not sure what it is. Now, but basically it was built to promote a theme rather than be a direct comparison in a lot of places. Just taking the elements from the show and the game, because it is really difficult, like impossible to do anything else. So if we go past here, we go past like a bus stop shed type thing where we would be waiting for stuff. It's a meeting spot that we can sit on, and so we sat waiting for a bus that will never come. Then here we had lots of mushroomy type things. I just thought like a nice little area where it was just lots of mushrooms would be cool. So we had overgrown wheatgrass as well. I wasn't sure what that was, but it would show that it's overgrown and not looked after. Then we have the Able sisters, which I put as Firefly's headquarters, hence the Firefly's symbols on the flags outside, what I call the service area. Now down here, which is designed to look like an old playground, hence like the basketball and the old dilapidated play stuff. I wanted to like have somewhere that looked quite melancholy, like children don't play there anymore, because it's just all run down. And this was how I got this to look so dirty. I was really pleased with this. This is a transit seat. Now on the transit seats, they always look really pristine. So what I did is I used the custom design I had for broken tarmac and used that to cover it, and it looks filthy. I'm really chuffed with that. But this is where I keep everything. So one of my sheds and my DIYs is here, and that's sort of like out of the way a bit, so it doesn't encumber on everything else, but I can still make things and put things away and get them out on quick notice. Obviously somebody's been staying here. There's a fire going, there's empty cans, so you know they've been eating. But where are they? Is this them? Did they try and get away? Are they now the mouldy, moss-covered skeleton that's on top of there? Who knows? And we can go through a tunnel. Right, you'll need to follow me because I know the way through things.
I'm following.
Like there's some things you can walk through on Animal Crossing and some things you have to walk round. So you can walk through the wheat field, but you have to walk past the car. You go through the tunnel. This tunnel cost me a fortune. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's $1.5 million just in the tunnel. Like $1.5 million bells. We go over the bridge and through the forest. And through the forest, surrounded by water, is the museum. There was not a lot I could do to the museum, I'll be honest. So the museum is just the museum. Now outside the museum, as we know, that Ellie does climb up a dinosaur outside. So I have this dinosaur, I put this dinosaur in just to represent that. And watch what happens if I do this. Come on. It blows fire. I'm so chuffed.
Nice.
And we go in here, and what is in here? It's a museum. It's dinosaur. Here we have the hat that Ellie finds and makes Joel wear. Makes Joel wear. So yeah, we have the dinosaur there. We have the dinosaur track here, which again, what is this? It is the space room. We have the spacesuits hanging up. We have telescopes, shuttles, satellites, the Mars rover. I managed to get it all in, and I was really blooming chuffed, I'll be honest. So yeah, there's the Mars rover behind the spacesuits, and you can actually, if you're not transformed, you can put the spacesuit on. So Ellie could essentially put the spacesuit on, which is kind of cool. So if we go back through here and we go to the left, then we still have forest, and we have lots and lots of forest with bits thrown about and weeds and mouldy bits, and this is how you get out of town, but there is no way out because there is no boat. So this was just at the back, and I just wanted this to represent the absolute taking over that nature has done, because I think both in the game and in the series they did that so well, where nature just did what it wanted. It took over, like the forests were like, right, finally you're leaving us alone. And yeah, it was really, really cool. If we come this way, we get the gates that we see in the show, everybody walking in and out of, where in for Billstown. Now this is, I was quite chuffed with this. I managed to get mannequins and make them look like dead bodies in a wood. Now through here is another house, but it's hidden. There we go, we have a little house there that's being left alone, and it's hidden by forest, but it is still in Billstown. Okay, so in Billstown we've got all the houses, but everything looks quite derelict, so all of this is just overrun and overgrown, but we have got the fences and the barbed wire. We have little stuff that kids don't play on anymore. We have all the gardens here that are just overgrown with bodies and the like in there. We've got reminders that it used to be a community. We've got a nice porch swing to swing on in the garden, and hose wheels and the tractor, and then we have Bill's. And as we know from the show, not so much from the game, Bill's is absolutely spotless. So Bill's house is here, and Bill would have things to use to build stuff and garden and fruit because he's clever. The other thing Bill has that Frank planted is strawberries. I couldn't let it go because of the scene about the strawberries in the show that just made me sob and sob. We had to have strawberries in Bill and Frank's garden. It was a given. So the houses inside here can't really do anything with. I could if I'd spent another like 6 weeks playing the DLC. It's Bill and Frank's, complete with wheelchair, drinks and piano. Love will abide. Frank can actually sit in the wheelchair, and I can do this. Hold on. Oh no, I'm not happy about this. I'm really not happy about this. Well, Frank's going, this is my last day, let's get married. Bill's going, no, I'm not having it. So this area is where the couple, the Native American couple from the show, not the game, live. They've got fish drying out, they've got vegetables that they're growing. I'm not sure what's in the barrels, but I'm assuming it's good for those long lonely nights where you want to be making soup. And there's a well, so they've got fresh water and a bucket. They're very, very self-sufficient. I wanted this part of it to be very self-sufficient. So fish do come down here. You can fish. Yep, there's a little fishy there, so you can fish there. You can do your laundry here, and as an homage we have a soup kettle because she gave them soup rather than shooting them, a bow because Ellie and the fella have a bow, and the 2 rabbits because you got to have the rabbits too. I mean, luckily, because this is really a game that was aimed at children, older children. Luckily you can't actually shoot rabbits on here like you do on The Last of Us because that would be quite traumatic, but I put them in anyway because they have to have a mention. But they've got a lovely garden, it's all nice, and we come to what I was so chuffed with. It is I don't even know why I call it Jamestown, but it's Silver Lake Resort. where David and his lot is. Now at night, that all lights up, all the windows light up. But here is the hall where they go and they eat their bits. And what bits are they eating? Oh, I'm not sure. It is venison. Now I wanted this to look like Wild West because there was a real Wild West frontier feel about that in the series. Places to hitch their horses. David's house has a generator because he can't be going without electric. Got his laundry, windmill to get some power. And then we have the kitchens. Now, I was quite pleased with this bit because it has lots of things that are from the show and some that are from the game. So we go through. We have hay for the horse to eat when you tie your horse up with your latest kill. And we've got dead bodies already being slashed up. We've got cookers. We've got a nice cup of matcha latte on there, but don't tell anyone. We have the chainsaw for chopping up the bodies. We have some fish, but it's not enough for everyone because regardless of who he thinks he is, David isn't exactly Jesus. Got cooking pots, a bit of storage. We have a mincer to mince the bodies up and a smoker there. But best of all, we have a chair so David can watch Ellie through the bars. Round this way through overgrown mushrooms. You've got to be wary about mushrooms growing. Heavily fortified, as you would expect. This is the garden where I expect Joel and Ellie to spend their retired days, as if The Last of Us 2 never happened. But in it, obviously, we've got a sofa. We have a coffee pot because we know that Joel loves his coffee. We have a guitar, which if you go up to it, you can actually do it and it strums. On the sofa, next to the sofa, now eagle-eyed people will know that when you go and look around Joel's house, I think it's in it's in 2. One of the things he has in a cupboard is a wooden decoy duck, so I put that there. Welcome to the mall. I'll put the light on so you can see, but I generally have the lights off because there we are. We have a carousel that Riley and Ellie go on in the series, but only Ellie can't get it done. We had to have a photo booth so that they can take their pictures and not know what a Facebook is. We've even got a fighting arcade game, so I was really chuffed to find all that. We have a snack machine, lots of neon, and yet it's all overgrown because nobody ever goes in here really, apart from Riley and Ellie. So here's the aquarium. It's got lights on it, a chalkboard so you can write down your target practice scores. It's got fishes, a kennel for the doggo, because there's a dog, and just general things on the walls. What's down here? Oh no! They're gonna take her brain out and kill her. Oh no, this is a replica pretty much of the operating theatre from season 1 where Joel rescues Ellie. And there's a little Easter egg for those who know, because if you know, you know, and I'm not explaining it, some golf clubs. And this has been The Last of Us Island on Animal Crossing.
Very, very impressive. A lot of work, a lot of time has gone into this. So as ever, not as I was with the Resident Evil one, but I think even more so. I am absolutely wildly impressed and enamored with what you've done. It's incredible.
And it was an absolute pleasure doing this. I don't even know what I'm going to do next, as in build a theme island, but I'm happy for this one to stay as it is for a little while.
Well, I'm sure you'll think of something delightful. But yes, check out the links in the description to make sure you are show some support and love to D. There we go. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. Like the video that just popped up, which YouTube thinks you should watch next. This is a Patreon and member supported channel, so if you want to become a member and unlock custom badges and emojis, early access to my videos, and your name in the credits, then click the join button below. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.